Hello and welcome to GK's Amazing Tasmania. In this episode we travel to Lake Lee, which is just 20 minutes from Cradle Mountain in Tasmania. We're going to show you this wonderful location where you can camp, fish, go boating and see the abundant wildlife and flora that the location offers. Lake Lee is part of the Vale of Belvoir. The Vale lies at an altitude of about 800 metres and is covered by subalpine vegetation. It is home to quolls, devils, wombats, wallabies, snakes, and birds and flora of all types and way too numerous to mention. We will show you some of those in this video. We have visited Lake Lee a few times and this video is an amalgamation of those visits. It's the kind of place you can visit and enjoy when it's snowing or it's in summer and it's sunny on any or all occasions, but keep in mind that it will usually be cool subalpine weather. You should be aware that the weather can change very swiftly, as demonstrated in these two photos taken minutes apart. If you are visiting Cradle Mountain, this might be a great spot to base yourself. We will show you plenty of footage so you can see that there are some rough sections of the road once you leave the bitumen. But if you're careful, you'll have few problems even in a small front-wheel drive vehicle or a van. Let's talk a little bit about the Vale. The Vale of Belvoir is an area of high conservation value. The valley is widely recognised as one of the most important places for nature conservation in Australia. The grasslands and herblands that cover the Vale floor are the natural feeding grounds for wombats, paddymellons and wallabies. Taking a closer look at the ground whilst visiting the Vale will reveal a substantial amount and variety of scats, droppings, giving an indication of the vast number of animals that call this place their home. So you can see that here on our video. This will be wombat scat. The Vale is considered home to one of the densest populations of marsupial carnivores in the world, including the endangered Tasmanian Devil, the threatened spotted-tailed quoll, and the vulnerable eastern quoll. The Vale has attracted scientists since the early 1980s, becoming an important site for conservation research. Over the years, scientists have conducted research on flora diversity, particularly focusing on the rare alpine candles, the impact of cattle grazing on highland grasslands, and more recently the Tasmanian Devil and Quolls. Indeed, when we were out there on one occasion, there were researchers out there from the university doing just what has been detailed here, scientific research. It's a wonderful place to visit, and if you really like native wildlife and want to come to understand why we should preserve places like this, then really the Vale is a must to visit. Alright, camping at the Vale. Leave no trace is an internationally accepted way of minimising impacts on the natural places we visit. There are a number of principles on this sign. I'll read you a couple of them. Plan ahead and prepare. Ensure you have adequate clothing, equipment, food and water. Minimise packaging and waste. Walk and camp on durable surfaces. Camp within the designated camping area to minimise your impact. Dispose of waste properly. Bury fecal waste and toilet paper in holes 15 to 20 centimetres deep, at least 100 metres from water, camps and tracks. Cover and disguise the hole when finished. Wash up using hot water without soap at least 50 metres from streams and lakes. Leave what you find. Leave rocks, plants and other natural objects as you find them. Use a fuel stove. Minimise the impact of escaped campfires by using a fuel stove. Respect wildlife. Keep wildlife wild. Feeding animals can turn them into pests and make them sick. Store food and rubbish securely to discourage wildlife from finding it. Observe wildlife from a distance. Do not follow or approach wildlife. Be considerate of your hosts and other visitors. So all of these are just sensible things that you should do. So we read that. If camping, please use a designated area within the circle of boulders, which you can see here. And if boating, please use a designated boat ramp further along the formed access road, which we've shown you. Righto, let's take a look at some of the wildlife you can see here, like this curious wombat.
Are you enjoying this adventure? Watch out for snakes.
Watch out for snakes here, and remember, all 3 species of land-based snakes in Tasmania are venomous. So you don't have to wonder, if you see a snake here, it's venomous. Crikey! Here we have a mother wallaby with a curious little joey in her pouch. So some of the things that this angling sign says. Lake Lee is one of the most picturesque lakes in the state. It is situated in a shallow limestone valley and supports a population of wild brown trout. The brown trout population is generally maintained through natural recruitment. The fishery is valued because of its well-conditioned fish, unspoiled environment and the consistent fishing. The lake has an endemic crayfish, therefore it is important to manage this special crayfish sensitively alongside the recreational fishery. Lake Lee is perfect for fly fishing as it is shallow and has prolific insect hatches. Lure fishing can also be productive. The lake provides superb wading areas for stalking rising and cruising trout. Wet fly and lure fishing during early spring when lake levels are high can be quite rewarding. The lake is renowned for its prolific caddisfly hatches and dry fly fishing during late spring and summer. Trout never attain great sizes and average around 0.6 to 1 kilo, although it is rare to catch fish at the upper end of this range. The fish are in consistently good condition and the flesh is often red as crustaceans feature regularly in the diet. Polaroiding on the sandy eastern shore when levels are low is recommended on suitable days, and especially after gum beetles falls. Don't expect fishing to be easy, but it is worth the effort. Another thing you need to be aware of is that you're going to need a fishing licence. I'll read this. To fish in any open public inland water in Tasmania, you must hold a current inland angling licence, unless you are under 14 years of age. A summary of the regulations are contained within the Tasmanian Inland Fishing Code. You may only fish from a boat whilst it is being propelled manually. You can fly fish here. There's a bag limit of 12. Minimum size is 300 millimetres, and you can use fly fishing, artificial lures and bait fishing. If you want to see Australian native wildlife, then Lake Lee and the Vale in general is a great place to see almost all that Tasmania has to offer. We will finish the video with a quick visit to the Black Bluff Lookout, which is nearby and it offers a commanding view over the Vale, and you can see the lake in the distance. We hope you've enjoyed this video. It's our first for 2026. Tell us in the comments below if you've visited this area and whether you saw some of the wildlife we showed here. Also remember to like, and if you haven't already, subscribe to our channel and keep up to date with all of our videos. So until next time, take care, Happy New Year, and
Hooroo!